meeting to order with allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilman Rita, Councilman Bills, Supervisor Runyon. Here. Councilman Brown. Here. Councilman Galusha.
Here.
Okay. First resolution we have on the floor is the payment of claims.
I will.
Ed? Okay.
I'll second it.
Total of abstract 7 for the general fund, July 18, 2024 is $28,055.10. Total of abstract 7 for the highway fund for July 18, 2024 is $21,368.46 for a total of $49,423.56. Anybody have any questions about any of the bills or anything?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the second resolution we have is a resolution to solicit bids for the following vehicles. Ford F-350, Sterling 20-yard trash truck, or garbage truck, and 1999 International Tandem dump, and a 1999 Sterling single axle dump. So, does anybody want to bring that into the floor? Okay,
I'll second.
Randy? Okay. Whereas the town of Thurman has several old vehicles that are no longer in service and should be put out to bid, be it resolved the town clerk will put an ad in the newspaper informing potential bidders of this opportunity and stating that the vehicles can be viewed at the Thurman Highway Department, 311 Athol Road, Athol, New York, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bids will be publicly open on August 15th, 2024 at 4:30 p.m. No bids will be accepted after that time. The town of Thurman reserves the right to reject any and all bids. Is there any discussion on that?
I'm just curious, have we ever looked into doing like any online auctions or any of that stuff, or does the county doesn't still do their county auction, right?
No, they send around. We've done it before, but we didn't have any luck with making any money out of it.
Okay.
You know, they were paying like scrap or less. And, so we went back to putting it back up.
Okay.
But they do have it available.
Okay.
Anybody else have any discussion on trucks going out to bid? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the third resolution is a resolution to allow green burials in the town of Thurman. Somebody want to bring that to the floor?
I will.
Randy? And second. Okay. This came about, it happened today where somebody wanted to do this. We didn't have any local law to prevent her from doing that. However, the funeral parlor wants a resolution that says that we are allowing it. So, whereas the governor of New York State signed legislation officially legalizing human composting and expanding the list of eco-friendly burial methods available to New Yorkers after death, making New York State the 6th state in the United States to legalize this burial alternative, and whereas green burials do away with both embalming chemicals and other non-biodegradable materials and lack the carbon footprint of cremation, and whereas there is currently no Thurman town law nor New York State law that prohibits burial without cremation, embalming, a casket, or a vault, be it resolved the town board of the town of Thurman will allow green burials in the town on personal property or cemeteries situated in the town. Is there any discussion?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could bury people on personal property.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't used to be able to.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
And up to recently, you didn't used to.
Seems like all you guys are telling me, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You-
John Alexander
I talked to him today, and he was just advising this person, well, it might, the value of your property, so it must, he didn't say it was against the law either.
No, and when Susan Staples checked it out that time, that man a few years ago wanted to do it, there was nothing preventing him from just digging a hole and going in it, yeah.
It's good to know, I got a few people I wanna bury. No, I didn't say that.
Well, then you just need a backhoe.
I think it
No.
makes sense.
I think they have to go willingly.
Really, I'm just kidding.
No, they said it's a new thing, and that some cemeteries even have like a green burial section that you can
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see why they couldn't. I mean, maybe if you're really close to your neighbor, but you may not wanna do that.
If you sell the property, you have to tell them that there's buried people on the property.
Nah, just let them dig them up.
Well, somebody buys your property, they can put another house in, they go, well, you buried it, that doesn't seem.
Then it shuts you down for an archaeological research.
How old's it?
Meanwhile,
Bury them with a musket or a sword or something.
Yeah,
That'd be
right.
interesting.
Indian headdress.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright, well, I don't have a problem with it. Do you guys have any other discussion, anybody?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
I.
Opposed? Okay. So then, I have emailed to you the Frontier Communications. Did you get a chance to look at that?
No, I forgot about it. I started reading it, but I didn't get.
It's not something we have to do right away, but just to let people know, Frontier is considering coming into Thurman on certain roads here. I do have a map of where they're gonna be if anyone wants copies of these. They have 2 installation programs. Most of them seem to be where Slick already is, so I reached out to Slick and asked them if they wanted to expand into areas that don't have any internet, and I also emailed Frontier and asked them, why are you going over roads that already have Slick? Why don't you go to the areas that are not covered? Like, up by Sky High or Dippick Hill, and I haven't heard back about that yet.
So, if they're going on the road Slick's already on, Slick's run fiber optic, are they gonna run another fiber optic cable?
Yes,
Okay, makes like no sense.
I know.
Well, they're the competition.
That's what it is. It's
Well-
free market competition is what I was told by Slick.
Sure, I mean, I'm not opposed to competition, it's just, I don't know why they would wanna do that.
how many more wires do we need to pull down this summer?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go to where it doesn't exist now? You're guaranteed to customers,
So
I
some of the
don't-
roads that on the maps, they have proposed digging and putting the line in our roads. And they have to get, you guys have to authorize that. They can't just do that without you authorizing.
Right, that's what I was told.
Yeah.
I can't prevent it from going on an existing telephone pole, but I can do something about the digging. Yeah.
I mean, digging on town roads gonna be problems with ledge and everything else anyhow,
Yeah.
so.
And what if people don't want it? Like I, for one, do not want it coming down Frost Street, and they have it coming down Frost and Charles Oaks Road.
Well, up in Garden Lake, the problem was they come through there and they put it right over top of our culverts.
Mhm.
And they never said anything, and you dig the culvert up, and all of a sudden you've broken the telephone line, and every one of them up there is Frontier.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Coming from Johnnesburg.
Well, this is still in the works, it's not been approved or anything. I mean, I can't stop it from going on a pole, but I can we can do something about the digging. So, it'd be good to reach out to the people whose roads they're gonna dig up. They may not want it, I know I don't. They're gonna go down Smith Street, Mud Street, we already have Slick. Do you have anything over there by you?
We have Slick,
Oh, so see, Slick already runs over there.
yeah.
Doesn't, the maps, it's almost coherent with the Verizon line already. It's about what the map looks like, where Verizon, what is it, 99 or some people on that one? It looks like it's almost the same.
Yeah, well, down
Yeah.
Shanahan, I don't know if they have Slick, do you know, down
It's
Shanahan?
within 3
Road?
miles.
Yeah.
Shanahan Road has.
Within a few miles of the 3 or 4 miles of his box.
So-
99 customers, I think it's the same route.
I mean, a while ago, we got that money that we said could be used for broadband, but I know we're probably gonna end up using it for the garage or something, but I thought we were waiting because the state and federal government have programs coming out
Yep.
that are gonna help us get that last mile.
They do want everyone on, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know the status, I haven't heard anything lately on the state or the federal program.
I can ask at the county, because I wanted to talk to them about this anyway. It's a duplication for us from a lot of these roads, and meanwhile, we have roads that don't have anything. I know I had someone come in about a week ago, and they live out on Dippikill, and they don't have any internet there, so why not go there instead of duplicating what we already have? So I'm waiting to hear back on it, but I just wanna find out more. The county must know something about it. They're probably doing it in a lot of areas. And it is for competition,
Yes,
because,
and
you
it
know.
seems to be the most popular, it's never, it's only when they're all.
Yeah, they're not going out into.
No, they're not spending out on the.
I just wanted to
Town.
let you know, make you aware of that. And then when it comes to, our expenditures on the financials, there's a couple negatives that I just wanna go over. Page 3, well, I moved page 3 of the expenditures, so if you want that, I don't know what to do. Right there, okay, yeah, page 3. I can find it for you real quick if you want me to. Just give you that other packet right there.
Is this the one that starts, it's got the assessor's contractual?
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is. Yeah, see that negative at the top, it's $493. That was, when I did the budget, I forgot about the Board of Assessment review. They're $850. So, I mean, it's only $493, it's a small number, but if you want me to correct the negative now, I can move 1,000 from contingency or somewhere else. Or we can just wait and do it later, it's not a big number, but still a negative. Or we could take it from another .4. We could take it from attorney contractual. What page are you on?
Page 3 of the general fund.
Page 3 of these expenditures for general fund.
It's got assessor's.
Oh, okay, I see there's actually 10 pages, you're on page 3 of 10, right?
Yep.
3 of 10, yeah.
Page-
The attorney's contractual, won't we need more of that for the bond and garage
Probably,
issues?
I don't know how much the bond is gonna be, I don't think that will total 7,000 by the end of the year. But we have one bill, I think it's in this abstract right now. Yeah, we just paid him 1,244.
Yeah.
We can take it from buildings contractual, or we can take it from, contingency, we can do that too. So I was thinking of moving 1,000 from somewhere.
Probably makes sense to do it out of contingency.
Contingency, okay. So I'm gonna write them down, because we'll need a resolution to do this. Okay. And the second one we have is on page 5. And that is laboratory contractual. It's negative $333.50, and that is due to a landfill testing of 1,174, which we didn't have in the last 3 years. I wanna ask, do they test the landfill, maybe you know, every 5 years, or is there some kind of test they run that's not every year?
I'm not aware of it, but
It's
it's
almost
used.
over.
They're there a couple
That's,
of times a
it's
year.
no longer necessary after a 30-year period, we're almost there.
Okay, so maybe this was like a final test or
I don't
something?
think it's final, but it's gonna be published.
Yeah.
Okay, we just didn't have it in the last couple of years, so when I budgeted, I didn't include that, but it's a lot of money.
Usually the sampling schedule is spelled out on permit from DEC.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's usually, they're using a couple of times a year to check it out.
Different parameters can be on different schedules.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, I've seen them a couple of times a year, I know they,
No, they're usually a small test, $200, but this is 1,174.
So you
everything else is,
do that out of contingency also.
Okay,
yeah.
should it be 1,000 just to cover us for any more future little tests that are gonna happen?
Are you aware of any other testing? that's
Well, we
going
get
on this year?
regular testing
Yeah.
for the well here, for the water test,
Right,
and people's homes,
okay.
so,
That's all for the random drug testing for next door.
oh yeah, and that too
That
comes
comes
out
out
of
too.
here too.
Mhm.
Alright, so we'll do 1,000
For both or just
for each.
a thousand for each? I just wanted to write down where you're taking it from.
I'll type a resolution for you if you want, like to make it,
Oh, okay.
if you want me to do that, so I'm taking it down.
I'll just write it in, where you're taking it for the assessor contractual
Contingency,
contingency,
Yeah.
1,000.
yeah, we have 20,000 in there. And, let's see. The next one is,
1,000 from contingency for laboratory too?
yep,
Okay.
$1,000. And then this, page 7, we have a negative 12,134, but that is the occupancy tax money. And we were gonna take the extra out of the fund balance that we have remaining from prior years. But also, I did find out at the last county meeting, we are going to get that additional 20,000, so that will enable me to increase that budget to 50, because I'll have a revenue of 50 and an expense of 50.
Great.
So that'll cover it, and then if we do go over, we'll take that out of the fund balance from the prior year, that's the reserve that we have. Yeah, we're getting an extra one. Then on page 8 is the community garden, that's a negative $158.50. That's also going to be a grant coming in for at least 500. I did get a phone call that they got approved for additional money, so we'll probably be getting more than that. But again, when that grant comes in, I'll increase the budget, put it in the revenue, and that'll wipe that out. And that's all we have, so we only have 2 that really need budget adjustments. Okay, so I'm gonna need someone to bring that to the floor, so. Yeah, okay. Any second? Go.
Well, what is the motion exactly? Don't we need to?
Motion
We need
is
to
to-
verbalize it.
So you're doing the second, no?
And,
Okay, what's the motion?
the motion will be to approve the budget adjustments of $1,000 from contingency to A 1355.4. Okay.
I gotta get a better spot here to write this, I'll just, alright. So,
It's to approve budget adjustments.
to approve. Okay, so we're, actually, I kind of already written this.
Yeah.
You're taking, so how you're gonna word it, you're taking from each one and,
To move 100, to increase A 1355.4.
pay 1335. Increase, okay,
And decrease the contingency, which is A 1990.4.
okay, so,
And then the second one is to increase
okay, Okay, you don't have to read the, oh, yeah, the code, what's the code on that one?
A 4025.4?
Okay, the decrease contingency, right?
Yeah, A 1990.4.
And, okay. Okay, increase,
And those are the only two we don't need to do.
and the laboratory contract was next, right?
You already got it.
The 4025 is the lab code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is-
yeah.
There's just two.
Yeah, there's
Oh, we
only-
just did two, okay,
There's
you're
just
not-
two. The other ones are gonna be covered either with grants
The
or,
grant
yeah,
and then the occupancy tax one.
right,
Okay.
and fund balance from there.
So we don't need to put that in resolution.
I don't need that, no. These are the only two that are gonna change something in the budget.
Okay.
Well, once we get the additional 20,000, we'll need a resolution to modify the budget.
Right, yeah. When
But
we
at a
get that
later,
money.
later meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get the 20 in September and then our regular 30 in October. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So that's pretty good. All right, is there any discussion on that at all? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Two. So then the only other thing that maybe we could discuss now, or maybe discuss it in the future, I don't know how you wanna do it. I came up with these questions about the garbage truck, what you wanna do as far as picking up the garbage. These are just questions that came to my mind, you might have more. But this is the kind of stuff we need to figure out to answer before we can start picking up people's garbage.
Is there a list of those? Can I,
Yeah.
is there a copy of these extra?
Yeah, there's no copy of this, but you can, but I can get you.
Yeah, my dad has a garbage company, so I can probably do a little bit.
I've been talking to some people who've been involved with it before when they did it, you know, and their pickup days then were Thursday and Friday. Do we wanna limit the number of bags per pickup? What about the short-term rentals? Who's gonna drive the truck? We do have a couple people, highway department employees, had offered to drive the truck. Who's gonna ride with the truck? Ed's offered to ride with the truck, and I don't know if there's anyone else who wants to. And then decide what areas do we do on Thursday, what areas are on Friday, if those are the 2 days we pick, those are the 2 days they used to do. What about recyclables, will that be on a separate day? Who's gonna take the truck down to the burn plant? Kevin Olden has offered to do that. And when, whether we need it weekly, every 2 weeks, I don't know yet. I'd like to have drop-off service for people who don't wanna put their garbage at the roadside. Some people are concerned about bears, and they'd rather drive it over and drop it in the truck at the transfer station. Should we lower the available hours at the transfer station? Should we only be open on Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday? And should we eliminate the second position? Because now we won't be selling trash tags anymore, and we're not taking anything really at the C and D. So, these are all just some of the questions. If you have any other questions, I'd be glad to add to my list.
what budget item are we gonna pay for all of this out of?
Well, I don't see it, if we're gonna use people who are already employed to drive it and to ride with it, it won't really change the expense too much, except for fuel driving around town.
Fuel, maintenance, the people that are working on the truck, I mean, that should be a separate budget item, it shouldn't be lumped in. I mean, if Pat's gonna drive it, I mean, you're already salaried, so that's already covered, so. we
You mean
don't-
they should have a general fund code? It should be under a general fund
Right.
code to pay them,
Right,
yeah. That's a-
and, let's see.
did they look into that? Where the highway was gonna also run the transfer station, didn't they determine we couldn't do it because we'd have to be a DPW or something?
They can assign additional stuff to the highway, but back then they wanted to basically put cemeteries, the water and all that into the town. And that would require, they said, turning it into a Department of Public Works, and they didn't wanna do that.
What about if it was just the garbage section of this?
We did the garbage before when it was open.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, well
Then
then,
it's like if there was a truck repair, the general fund would pay for the part for the truck,
Mhm.
but,
but a highway employee got paid to do the work.
We did have part of the maintenance.
Did it come out of the highway fund too? Really? Hmm.
So, I mean, first question is, are we talking about free garbage pickup?
I would like to have it be free.
What if there was, and I like the idea of free, but what if there was like a small fee for it at least to cover the cost of what it's gonna cost? 'Cause I know right now we're paying out the nose for Casella and Twin Bridges. We pay $75 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it was $40 a month, we'd obviously like it through the town.
Do you think it should be per bag like it is
So
now?
why don't we keep our bags the same that way?
Well, cause
Generate a little income to cover the.
to offset it, right?
Okay.
And then, right now it's based on containers, like we have 2 95-gallon containers and recycling.
Okay.
And we only have a recycling because it was mandatory with the first container we got, but they only give you one recycling container for free and then you have to pay for the other one, so we only have one. And then I just messaged my dad, and the other thing to think about is that the burn plant only takes certain things. There's certain things you can't put in the garbage truck to bring down there. So it'd be worth getting a list of those things from the burn plant, so that people know, like, you can't throw paint cans.
That wouldn't change from what it is now.
We already take the
We
truck
already
down.
take stuff to the burn plant. That wouldn't change. The non-process and stuff would still have to be either on a Wednesday or Saturday or the day that the board chooses to have all the.
It's already, put in bins and towed away.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't go on a truck.
I mean, the one problem I see with free garbage pickup is, yeah, I got friends in Warrenburg, bring your garbage over here,
We
put it
went
on my
through-
curb.
We went through that before.
That's another
The prior
issue.
supervision put a stop. I know who's got too much, and you know.
Well, I do, but I foresee that being a problem.
It could be.
I don't
right.
see it. You just, if it is the case, you just leave it. That's what I used to do. We had a problem with a few people, and we used to have a problem up back with a few people.
If it doesn't have a tag on it, don't put it in the truck.
Well, I don't know if you need a tag.
well, I think they should just leave the fees that they have, just like if they're gonna take it to dump, cause they save them a little time and money from going to the dump. But when you start figuring the tonnage, and as Randy was saying, in the past, we had to watch it, cause when they were giving it away free, people that usually had a bag of garbage suddenly had 2 ton in their driveway and we were picking it up. We were actually putting more garbage in the landfill than the town of Luzerne, if you look at our tonnage sheet.
Wow.
And so I think the fee should stay like it is, just buy the bags, put on the bags, and also the restricted commercial, like, Wild Rivers up there, whatever it is, Wild Waters,
That was the
the
worst.
campground,
That was the
and
worst.
like the VRBOs being their commercial, they don't get to put it out.
Free service, right?
That,
Yeah. Cause we were taking, and I'm spending, up there, you'd open that gate up at Wild Rivers, and we'd pack that truck 4, sometimes 5 times to get all our garbage in it, and they were getting it for free.
they would have 12, 14, 50-some gallon containers. Man, that's a business. That's different. They shouldn't even pick them
And
up.
people would
That
still
is
be
way
saving
quick.
money, cause if they're paying only $1 a bag, they're not gonna be spending $70, $80 a month,
That's true.
you know?
So,
Yeah.
the people that have a VRBO, I mean, how do you differentiate between them and some other business in town? I mean, how do you tell them, no, you can't put it out on the curb, but other businesses, we're gonna allow them to do it?
They didn't, they had any businesses, well, at the
Residential
time,
versus commercial.
commercial was, they passed a resolution actually, because they quit doing it because of that, and it said in the resolution, it's gotta be here somewhere, the commercial places that, like Wild Rivers and, what's the campground up there, Daggett Lake.
Mhm.
They had to get their own,
Typical.
and Camp Typical had to have their own.
So
Is
they had to
that a
get their
commercial
own.
place? I mean, they have a state write-off, and I
Yeah.
believe you always picked up the garbage at Camp Typical since I've been here when the garbage used to run.
I thought we quit doing that.
So the
Typical.
commercial businesses have to truck it to the transfer station themselves, or they have to contract with a commercial?
They contract with a commercial hauler, that's what they did.
They have their own dumpster there, contact their own.
That place is heard about.
Yeah,
They got their own.
like people getting their taken house
Any
down.
business in the Airbnb still shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but how you gonna know who they are? You don't know who they
We're
are.
gonna list
Look at
up.
this.
How much more trash does an Airbnb put out than a
Well, I think,
residential? They pay the same tax I pay on my house, it's a
Yeah.
house.
I tend to agree with Brian. I mean, they shouldn't be generating any more garbage than the rest of
Then,
us.
yeah,
unless
I
it's a
mean-
big one that holds 20 people at a time, there are a couple that do that, but.
Yeah, I
that's
get
rare.
that, but also those Airbnbs are probably paying a lot more in tax because their
They are.
property's probably worth more money.
Mm, And they're
So-
still gonna, if we do it this way with the keeping of the stickers, they're still gonna have a sticker on every bag.
if there ain't a sticker, you leave it there.
Hmm?
If there isn't a sticker, you leave it there.
I've left a lot of them there.
Well, I'm just
for
saying,
years.
it's just a question. I ain't trying to be smart, but if there ain't a sticker on it, you leave it there.
Are they gonna leave it in a garbage can for us to pick up, or are they just gonna set the bags on the side of the road?
Some people put them in bags,
They've
some
got seen both.
people have garbage cans.
When they used to pick it up, some people put it in the cans, other people had it just sit inside their own bags.
Seems like just leaving it in bags is gonna
Cause problem bears.
embarrass them.
It should need to be in a can, yeah.
Clothes.
If somebody's going out of town or something, I'll put garbage out.
Well, the problem they had before was people put it out the night before. If they put it out in the morning before they go to work, there was no problem. But I remember we did that a couple of people that would go out the night before, because they didn't want to get up before the truck came to put it out. But one of my neighbor, he'd drag the garbage across on Main Street and all over the yard.
There was a lot of them on 8th Road used to be covered with garbage.
Yeah, even my cans, they used to go, I had Ace and they used to go in my can too, if I put it out before. Yeah.
The question about this and the garbage, how much money are we gonna save by not having to pay to get rid of our to have our recyclables truck out of Thurman?
We'll have recyclables in a one-ton pickup.
I mean, the recyclables will go back to the transfer station, or?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We did it last time, yeah.
Yes, that's what
This
I
time,
thought.
I'm not sure where they'll go. yet.
But as of,
All I can tell you is, not to interrupt you, but the recyclables are costing the town money now.
yeah,
Now,
but you're
I'm
gonna
bring
eliminate
this
the
up in
trucking.
Another meeting, I know, cause the plastic is $214 a ton now that the taxpayers have to pay to get rid of, you know.
I'm talking about the trucking part of it, because
No,
as of January 2025, the county's gonna truck all your recyclable products.
exactly, we're gonna haul, which will
That's
be
been
cheap.
costing us right along, we pay for that now, right?
Yes, that should be a
So how
lot
much
cheaper.
is the savings gonna be by them paying for the trucking? I realize we still have to pay for the recyclables.
Yeah,
But there's
I'm
a
not
trucking
sure
cost.
yet, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the county's gonna charge us.
It's gonna be free, it says.
Really?
They just bought 2 brand new trucks,
Oh,
roll-offs that they're gonna haul off, everybody in Warren County, every town, they're gonna haul all recyclables away for nothing.
Really?
Kevin
It
told me
says.
that they were supposed to, these other companies, they were not supposed to even be charging the towns, because the
Yes.
towns had bought them a bunch of dumpsters. He told me he found our county dumpsters as far away as New Hampshire,
Oh,
where they were taking our dumpsters and using them for their use, and still charging us for moving them when they found the right to.
But according to what the county website says, there won't be any charge for any recyclables to be,
See, we haven't heard
Truck.
any, we haven't heard any of that
No,
information.
I haven't heard that.
and I think it's on the county website, it was in Lake George
I
Mayor.
haven't been on there, it had much
No,
internet
I'll
lately.
find out.
So that's even for like commercial based garbage companies? They were
No.
gonna, the county was gonna come get it?
No,
For the
just for the towns in Warren County.
Oh,
Lake
just the
Luzerne, Lake
landfills?
George, any town that's part of Warren County gets their recyclables picked up for nothing.
Instead of waste
Truck.
management, right now we pay waste management, what is it?
Oh, for the landfill.
$71
The
or
transfer
something.
station.
Okay,
To truck it down,
okay.
you know,
That's
huge
the cost of
20
weight.
yard, whatever they are, you know.
40 yards,
Yeah, 40 yards.
it averages $451 every pickup, plus the cost of the weight of the material, what, depends what product you got.
Yeah.
expensive.
So with the county, they're gonna
That
haul it free,
eliminates
but
the
we're still gonna
$400
pay
every time
tonnage?
they haul one off, cause we are not paying for that trucking anymore.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There should be a better system for it. It should be.
Most of your, like, Casella and them, most of the time, if you see it, garbage on the side of the road, they take the recyclable ones and dump it right in the same
They
hole
do.
that they
Yeah.
put the rest of the
Zero
garbage in.
recycling, they call it.
Well,
What do they call it?
Zero sort recycling.
Zero sort? Oh, yeah.
all comes out of the back of the truck in the same place.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
what we're the same
sorted.
way.
But they make you do sort it by adding it.
Yeah, okay, I don't care, that's my one free garbage can I have. I recycle stuff that should be recycled properly.
Sounds like we need to have a public
Yeah,
workshop or meeting or
that would be
something.
good.
Get the
Something to
public input on it.
hash this all out. Yeah, there's a lot of questions and a lot of decisions we need to make on how we're gonna run it. So in the meantime, it's working.
It's gonna cost us more, isn't it? We gotta pay for 2 guys, 1 truck, 2 days a week.
They're gonna get anyway.
But still, it's taken away from Pat, and then, say it's snowing.
Only a day and a half.
What's that?
Day and a half is what we used to on Thursday. They did Wednesday, they went around and picked up all the recyclables in one day. And, then Thursday, they did part of the town, and Friday was half a day. That's what they used to do. And it ain't changed much. I mean, the houses, there's not any more houses.
But if there's a snowstorm, all guys will be fine.
No.
Who's putting their garbage out if there's a big snowstorm?
Yeah,
After they
normally we
plow,
get
they
calls
might
saying
be
they're not
putting
coming, so. Yeah, we normally get a call from Casella saying due to inclement weather, we're rescheduling you the next
Oh, yeah, they do.
day, so it's
Yeah.
not like it's
We never
Gospel.
stopped the day during the storm when we did it.
I know when I had Ace, whole January, they didn't come at all. Yeah, that's why I ended it, because they weren't coming, but I still had to pay my bill, and I didn't think it was right. So, all right, well, I like your idea of, having some kind of a workshop where we can figure out what would people like the best and what works the best for us. Okay. That's the only thing that's all I have. Does anybody else have anything they wanna discuss? Oh, this letter, yeah. Well, this letter's a moot point for me, but, cause we haven't done anything on this yet. This is the letter about, Buckley Road. That
Oh.
I handed out. Do you have that one?
what is it now?
It's a letters that a resident sent to an attorney and to our attorney, or no, had an attorney Brayton sent to us about not opening a road that's by the proposed highway garage. There's a road that continues up, hasn't been used, but it's a town road. And I can just make you a copy of it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this just says we don't know what's coming out of it.
I mean, nothing's been said, he just wrote this.
Isn't it a dead end road?
What's that?
Isn't Buckley Road a dead end road?
They used to come right through where the road goes past it down. It always went through and then they hadn't used it in years. And they proposed, they're talking about putting it back through when they build that. They got 2 ingress and egresses if there's an emergency or something. And then the people originally went on to it, now they decided they don't want it. So they haven't done anything on it yet, but we really talked about it.
There's more plowing for you, right?
Did you already?
It's actually not far.
No?
As it is now, we go down Fairfield Road, we go away to the Buckley Road, then turn around and come back. If that, they did end up opening that, basically you leave the town garage and you're there.
Yeah.
You can walk it, about 45 minutes, you know, the distance from there.
It's about a mile and a half.
Yeah, it's not that far. Then the people living there, they park, in the wintertime, definitely they park their vehicles in the town turnaround. I've had to call lots of times and wait for them to come out and move their cars so we get the truck turnaround. But now they changed their mind, apparently don't want the road through there, but I don't know why.
So,
Originally, they did.
What's that?
Originally, they did want the road to go through.
Yeah, they asked me before about going into plowing. I said, well, anything to plow, unless the town adopts it back. Apparently they changed their mind.
Well, it says here, while no formal board action has taken place yet, they're concerned about the construction of the road. But the road is already there.
It would have to be, you know,
You have to fix it, but
empty gravel and stuff, yeah.
I just wanna say, sorry, go ahead.
No, but
I didn't mean to talk over.
No, I'm fine.
I just wanna say two things. First of all, I didn't know anything about this until I saw this letter, and if this evolves into anything that we have to take any formal action on, I will have to recuse myself because the attorney that wrote the letter is my attorney. So, that being said, I guess I just have a couple of questions. I mean, what prompted this? Who went and asked them, and what was the basis for it? Because I don't think, we've never discussed it as a
No,
board.
we never have.
So,
I talked to him as a town, not as a town employee, but as a taxpayer. Cause I just said, the only thing I said to him was, we had thought about maybe reopening the road. Cause he had talked about and stuff, okay? And that was it. And somebody must have went and said something to him. Cause after that, he come back the next time and he says, I don't want no road there. That road would be better off going through your yard. Or with the pond and the swamp going to my house.
so,
If you read about that,
yeah. So what was the impetus for asking him? Was it to gain access to the highway garage? I mean, what
I was
do we?
curious, more or less, I would gesture, just talking, saying we were anticipating or thinking about maybe ingress and egress and safety wise to and from the landfill, both directions. Because this road prior had washed out before, and it's going to do it again in a certain time.
You mean the
Irving Baker,
Okay.
okay? Now, I'm under the stipulation, we probably shouldn't be talking about this right now.
Why not?
Well, they aren't here, the lawyers are here. But all I'm saying is, it was in good faith standing, I let him just talk about it. I just asked him, said, we were just thinking about it. There's nothing been done.
Okay.
Nobody's done anything.
Okay.
But, I'm almost positive, you gotta verify it, the existing town road, legally, that could probably be reopened. No problem. If, now.
Yeah, they can reopen new roads.
Yeah.
I mean, I could suggest it to them back then, because there was constant moment of contention between the landowners in the turnaround.
Mhm.
Mike Eddy bought that property,
Mhm.
and Mike called the cops on him one night because they were parked on his property, which is also the town turnaround, and they've been going back and forth, and then he wanted me to plow in there, he says, well, I can't plow in there because it's not a road, I mean, it is, but we haven't maintained it in years, and I brought it up, and he said, at that time, had said, well, maybe that would be an idea, and that's the last I heard of it.
There wasn't any intention about this.
But I'm sure the lawyers, if they ever did that, they would work.
Something happened, or somebody had changed their mind or something, that's all I can say. But, if it comes to the safety of our town and highway guys, to ingress and egress our new town garage that will be on town property, and if it's legally possible, I will go to the lawyer and have him pursue it. In any legal form that we have to do to reopen that road, and I'm
Well, I
gonna
think
leave it at that.
Yes, but that needs to be a
Yeah.
board action.
It does, and nobody said there was gonna be board, they even says there's no board action.
Well, it says to our knowledge, no town road exists, but it does.
It does, it did,
So, it's not where.
There's a lot of them down like that, I mean, well, you know, Mud Street over by Steve Woods used to come out by Zalt's Road years ago. It ain't been done in years. Up on Barton Road, that road used to come out on Valley Road. I've had calls from people who bought that at a tax sale and wanted the town to reopen the road because at one time it was plowed, you know? And there's nothing there now, I mean, it's woods.
It's grown up.
Yeah.
What about this road? Is that all grown up into woods too? You know?
There's brush and stuff in the road, yeah.
Like, would it be a big deal to open the road?
There's one section that's wet, there'd have to be a culvert pipe put in there and stuff. The rest is basically clearing brush and you'd have to, you know, gravel it and stuff, it'd be a dirt road.
Is it dirt? Yeah. the
Dirt
whole-
now, here.
It's dirt.
And they were in there, what, a couple of years ago, they lumbered that all off in there. But they used the road actually when they skidded down the road,
Mhm.
when the skidders road.
I just think this is probably like a preemptive,
My thought was it would be a solution to the conflict for all of them. If it was opened up and you leave the dump in the wintertime, instead of going way around that way, you could leave, go right there, the whole road's done. And then he's not complaining that they're parking on his property, they're not complaining they can't get out in the wintertime. But apparently that ain't gonna work out either. So I don't know what the solution is at this point.
I don't know, I mean, mean, it's just a letter we got, and until action's gonna be taken, it's really moot, you know? We don't know what we're gonna do with anything. And he could change his mind when winter comes.
Yeah, cause they're, I mean, not taking sides, but we have had, there's times that Bruce has had to back that truck all the way up to Bear Pond Road to get out of there, cause they're parked right in the middle of the turnaround. And, you know, for a while they had no phone in there, nothing, just cell service, so we've had problems.
I'm just hoping we don't incur any legal fees because this was sent to our attorney, and we gotta read it, you know what I mean? Like, they're already starting a legal fee for us to pay over something that hasn't been even proposed.
Well, as long as we haven't asked our attorneys to do anything with it, then.
Yeah, you didn't initiate anything.
Yeah.
So we haven't passed any or talked about it.
Not even, well, we haven't even talked about it, I mean. Whatever. So that's where that is. Is there anything else? No? Okay. Did
Like
you-
in general.
Yeah, just privilege of floor.
Yeah. Where are we at with like the potential of getting water up at the rec room?
Well, I had asked the engineers if we could get it on a summertime basis. That would require DEC approval. Other than that, the only way we can get water up there is move the highway garage and divert the highway water up to the youth building.
Actually, shouldn't be DEC, it should be DOH approval.
DOH?
I'm kind of wondering why DEC had the.
I thought it's DEC that doesn't let us have more than one person on the lot.
No, DOH regulates public water supplies, and they're the ones that say you can't have 5 or more properties or residences. I think it might be even termed year-round residences, I'm not sure the exact language, without it becoming a public water supply.
It's Department of Health?
I believe so.
It is because we had to meet with them at the DEC, we had a meeting over there with the Department of Health, when they were setting the standards, so we,
Uh-huh.
So how many people are already on that then? 5 or 4?
4 on each. If you have 5, that's when you have a water district, so we have 4 on
Well,
each.
it's not a district, it becomes a public water supply, which triggers all sorts of other requirements, like having to have an operator,
Chlorine.
disinfection,
Mhm.
all sorts, sampling, all sorts of other things that you would have to do. So if you keep it 4 or less, you don't have to do all that stuff. So I guess my recommendation would be just write a letter to the district office director and explain the situation and tell them that it's not a full-time residence, or it's just it's incidental use
Mhm.
for the youth building.
The well in the back corner, that's not being used for nothing, is it?
The little
There's a
cement on
well-
top of it.
There's a water comes out, or heating.
I don't know where the
Back
water's
part of
on.
it.
way up on that part of the record, yeah, that's used that well, I believe.
Where's the one go to for that? What's that fee?
Down the street, where Kenyon's old place is, I think that's one of the wells that
Well,
goes
that's
there,
one of the wells that feeds the.
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't understand why the highway
There's
garage.
another one up here on the meter.
Yeah, there's one up there. But why aren't we one property, one well? Why are we considered 2? That's what I was wondering.
You could write that in the letter and say, look, the town complex consists of the highway garage in the town hall,
Yeah,
and we consider that one property. Therefore,
yeah.
could we connect the youth building? Explain to them that it's used very, very sparingly.
Right.
Yes.
The amount of water that would be used is very,
Very limited, and seasonal. It'd be for the garden, it'd be for the sink and the toilet.
Right, for the sink, the toilet,
Yeah.
The
now we
garden.
could open that up.
which even the garden, we could still use the tank if we're having that many, if we're gonna put more gardens in, we can supplement with the tank and rain barrels and everything. But I mean, even just to have the sink and the toilet inside would be
Right.
great.
We'd save a lot on the porta john too, because we wouldn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, that would be good. All right, I didn't know it was Department of Health. I'll write to them and ask them about that. Hopefully
You
we
might
will.
wanna mention you're not gonna have a highway garage on it in a year or so.
yeah,
Right,
explain to them, yeah, that within a couple of years, highway garage will be gone.
yeah, that would be great if I can get that.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
piping in there, right, it froze, didn't it? The pipes up in there, we just have to
Inside,
redo it?
yeah, might have to be redone.
Okay, yeah, I think it froze,
I'm using PEX next time instead of copper.
yeah.
So,
My husband's a pipe
Oh, yeah,
fitter, so I can ask him
Line
to
upstairs to feed the place anyway.
donate
Yeah.
his time to not cogs.
they could put a curb stop in too, where in the winter, you know, you can shut it right off underground or nothing and drain everything.
That's the way it should be.
Winterize it, you mean?
Yeah,
Well, you put a
stop.
curb stop outside the building, what he's talking about is you just go out, you put a T-handle and shut it off.
Oh, okay,
The water drains back out of the line, you open everything in the building and drain it all, and then
Mhm.
for the winter, no water in the thing, so you don't have to heat the building all winter.
Well, we do have heat in the building now, and I was hoping that this winter we would get the ice rink set up and be able to
Yeah.
do stuff up in the rec room and do some like hot cocos and
Yeah.
sledding and things like that, so I would like it a little bit.
well, if I can get them to agree to that, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. That would be very good to have that. Anything else, anybody else?
A little bit. Sorry, there's just a lot to do up there. Would it be a big issue if, I needed like a trailer or a truck bed when I go through the sheds and get rid of some of the older stuff that's like not good anymore, dated, like get rid of cardboard boxes, replace with actual totes for the different holiday
Yeah.
stuff, like just to like get everything cleaned out that way.
Don't we have a trailer at the highway that we can use to sort all that out to take it to the landfill?
Yeah, or you just bring the truck down and put it in on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage truck, you mean, stuff that goes in garbage?
I don't think it's gonna be that much. I think maybe like a truck bed or like a regular size like utility trailer would be enough. It's just I just wanna get it cleaned out because I wanna get everything that's in the rec room right now, like the ice rink and the other sports related stuff. I wanna get it organized and put out in the sheds so that this fall when it cools off and we can get the rec room painted and do all that in there and, you know, have it organized.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of like the filing cabinet that Kathy and I opened from 1985. I don't need, I don't need that paperwork. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, before you dispose of the paperwork, you might wanna make sure there's nothing in there that's something we should keep.
I'll help
Okay,
you do it, so
yeah.
I'll go through it with you.
yeah.
If we
I
have to.
think it was
go
all, it
straight.
was like a couple papers we looked through with like just old like events that they did, kids' names, lists of people and volunteers and stuff, but we can definitely.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. If you find anything that pertains to like the septic system, the building, the.
Deeds to the entire town, toss
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
just
exactly.
throw it out.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
You know what I'm talking about.
If it's personal things, kids' names, when we bring it down,
We shred it or
they'll
something.
have it, yeah, shred it, or we can just put it in the garbage truck and then they'll push the button and it'll be compacted and won't have to worry, it go right to the burn plant and get burned. Yeah, we've done that with files.
Yeah. And then I guess the other thing was if anybody was able to help me, like build some shelves and extra things in the shed so I can put the ice rink out there and stack totes. If anybody feels like donating time, that'd be cool. And then the gutters up for rain barrels would be awesome.
Oh, the garden.
For the garden, for the rain
The
barrels.
gutters, you mean? Yeah. They're in the shed, the gutters, I've seen them.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask Soil and Water for rain barrels, like actual rain barrels,
Yeah. Good.
since we're getting the extra money too, so.
Yeah.
Sometimes the distillery, the people that make beer across from Furniture House on Route 9, a lot of times they run ads for free 55-gallon plastic drums that are
Right.
I mean, that rain barrel, you put a spout on the top of it and a spigot on the bottom of it.
Yeah,
You got rain barrels, exactly what you're gonna buy
Yeah.
for giving them away.
Yeah, if they're using a brewery, then they're already food grade.
Yeah.
So what's the name of this?
It's in the same building that the old roller skate rink used to be in, and it's directly across from the furniture house on Route 9, right next to the wood cart.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, the fun spot?
Yes.
Skateland fun spot?
But this is a brewery. It's in. They used to be.
It's in where Skateland was, it's now a brewery.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
I don't know
wasn't
what it is. I
cinema,
don't know,
I
okay,
believe.
I have a picture in my head of where it is, I just don't know what it is
It's
called.
a huge parking lot. Got a big barrel out sitting on top of it. You'll see they have a bread
It's
van
not
that
called
has a name.
Davidson's, is it?
No, it was part of Davis's, but I think they sold it off. It was part of Davis's once.
Where
Right
Martha's
next to
Ice
Buns
Cream
Bun
is.
Brewery.
You know where Martha's Ice Cream is?
Yeah, yeah.
Going up top of the hill.
Yeah.
Used to be skate lane on the right.
Wasn't it the movie theater?
There was a movie theater there too, yeah. Just past there's a.
Right next to Wood Tart. You
Yeah,
can't
next
miss
to
the
the,
moose.
yeah, no,
Just
it's
past
like,
that on Sunset.
yeah. I guess, okay, next to Buns Bun Brewery, right girls.
I wanted to open up the, archery drop cloth thing, that big white, and see if that's a good screen for the projector.
I think it would be, yeah.
It's
we could
pretty
definitely open
huge.
it. Yeah,
We could just have like 4x4 posts and some bungees maybe, and,
yeah. I was thinking about just attaching it to the front of the bandstand
yeah, could do that too.
and dropping it down. It's
Yeah.
already all covered there,
Yeah.
and so the kids can sit under there. So, I mean, it's not anything that we can't just take down. So,
Right. No, that'd be good. I forget how big it is. I know
Yeah.
when I ordered it, it is huge, so it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But we do have to, and you said you would do that for me, take care of the bees. There's wasps in there and the concert couldn't happen
Yeah.
in the bandstand Monday, so.
Yeah. Take care of it first thing in the
Yeah,
morning.
because it's cold now, getting in the 50s at night, so it'd be a good.
I see on the abstract, we bought more bows and arrows. We spent $4,000 in archery equipment in October, and we need more bows and arrows
No,
already.
on the abstract?
Yeah, so.
I bought one left-handed bow because there was a little girl that was left-handed, and the only thing we had was a universal bow that was too big for her.
Oh,
Just
okay. Oh, that's on your part.
And the
Okay.
arrows, I didn't get arrows. The shop donated 3 dozen arrows, and then they put the peeps in for at cost. It was $20 to put peeps in all the bows. Because Dix definitely did a disservice to Deb when she went there, so I had to take care of that. One of my friend's shops, he got that, and he did everything just about at cost, and that bow was, he sold me for $75 for the little girl that you left.
I just see it on the bill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't tell you, but I did talk to someone about putting cameras up at the youth building there, and he knows someone with a lot of bows and arrows to donate, so we're gonna get a bunch more.
Is it Rick Lecca? Because that's who's been supposed to call me. That'd be awesome. That'd be good. So that
Yeah,
if the
I
county
said,
ever
sure,
comes back to
okay,
theirs.
yeah.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Mhm.
I wanna get 3D targets for.
Yeah, Dick's had them, but I didn't have the money then to buy them. I spent it all on what we do have, but
Right, I'll go right to the manufacturers.
yeah.
So, cause Scott said something about there's trails up there anyway. Some
There's
nature
trails?
trails that are supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been maintained, but there were trails up there.
Yeah, he said he normally does them like late July. He'll end up maintaining them because it's supposed to be done or whatever. So.
Mhm.
It'd be kind of cool, if, like, we were able to, maybe next year, after I raise some more money, to get some 3D targets to put up there for the kids to do some
Yeah.
walkthrough
That's
courses.
cute.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's some sort of trails that they,
use a lot more than maintenance.
oh, does it?
Really?
Start right up in the brush, yeah.
We have a maintenance trail right across the road.
Yeah.
There used to be one right across the road that they put in
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago.
And the other thing about the $4,000 that Deb had, that was a grant that we found out through the county, is they can come back and they can take their stuff back whenever they want.
Oh, yeah.
So now, the one bow that I bought, they cannot take, so we will have at least one bow if they
That's the
decide
way
to
I
take their
feel
stuff.
about it. That really, changes my mind about the program, and I know that other people at the youth want me to do something about that at the county level, so I will be working on that, because it's not right, it's state money, it's not county money,
Why would they take it back?
that's the contract.
What would
That's
they do
rules
with
in the contract.
So it basically says they can, there's no indication they are going to.
No, but if at any point in time they feel like it would be better service somewhere else.
They also want me to sign something that says if anybody here gets hurt and sues the county, we cover the attorney and any kind of settlement.
For equipment that they own and they can take whenever they want.
Yeah, there's just a couple things in the contract that, I think it should be a funding contract, just like our occupancy taxes, the money comes from the state. I submit my receipts and everything to the county youth, they accept them, the state accepts them, but the county wouldn't accept them last time. I had to fight to get the money that we did get. is, I don't think it's fair. I mean, the basic youth one, that's fine, that's fair, but when we go and buy a lot of things, it should be ours. It's state money, not county money. So, I'm gonna talk to some other supervisors that are dealing with the same thing and see what they think and what we can do about it to change the contract. That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
My contract for occupancy tax, it's a funding contract. They have nothing to do with the receipts or any kind of, we just get it, just like the snowmobile club money used to be.
It's not like we're getting the kind of money for the youth like we're getting for occupancy tax.
No, right,
So,
I know,
like-
we're talking a couple $1,000s.
I know, seriously.
I'd rather buy it and own it, if that's gonna happen, you know?
Right.
I mean, I just disagree with the contract, so.
I think that was pretty much.
Alright, well, I will contact Department of Health and let you know what I can find out about water, because that would be a great thing if we could get water over there.
When we,
Okay, anything else anybody has? No? Okay, it's your turn.
You adjourn?
I'll second it.
Is that you, Doug?
Yes, of course. I do need your signature on some things here, though. It's to, oh, we're adjourned now, right?
Yep.